Chicago, and we have Al'Jaleel. Hi, Al'Jaleel.
That was so easy. How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm sensational. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Well, for those who are just tuning in, I'm Anna Lee with Broadway in Chicago. We are joined by Al'Jaleel McGhee from A Soldier's Play, and who's a member of the company, who's a swing in the show. So if you have any questions
Absolutely.
for Al'Jaleel about the show, go ahead and put them in the comments. We'll get to as many as possible. But first of all, welcome home. You're from the area.
Yeah. I have 2 degrees here. I have 2 degrees from Chicago, and I'm excited to be back.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
So you are a Northwestern MFA grad. Where's
Yes.
your degree from?
Are you UIC School of Theater and Music down there in the basement? Yeah. That's another acting degree. So I have 2 acting degrees for some reason.
That's so now that you are back in Chicago, where's like the first place that you are hitting up to eat at?
Oh God, the first place, Harold's. Harold's immediately. Yeah, I want my salt and pepper. I want a fried hard, mild sauce on the side because it used to just be covered in mild sauce, but now I'm just like, all right, let's practice some discipline here.
Is there anything else in the city that you were telling your fellow company members, like, hey, you have to go here when you're in Chicago?
Really, I'm just trying to talk them out of needing deep dish. We're just talking about true Chicago style pizza, the thin crust tavern cut. Yeah, so I mean, please, if you get deep dish, but if you get deep dish, go to the right spot for deep dish. I'm not going to slander anybody's establishment on here, but just go to the right spot.
Okay, now we have to know, what is your favorite pizza spot in the city?
Italian Fiesta. Italian Fiesta, absolutely. And then I guess if there had to be one on the north side, it's Pequod's. It's absolutely Pequod's. Just
Absolutely.
the pristine piece of pizza right there every time.
Well, so good. Well, we have so much to chat about. And first, I really want to start at the beginning of your career in acting. And first of all, what made you want to, first of all, pursue college degrees in acting?
Yeah, it took a while. For a while, I thought I wanted to. I decided that acting wasn't going to make enough money, so I said, let me pursue something lucrative like journalism. And and then I learned that that is also a terrible path. So eventually, I decided to just stick with acting. I came back to Chicago. I studied at a private conservatory with Catherine Gately, studying Meisner from 8 o'clock in the morning until. And then I said I should probably go get a degree in this. I applied to UIC because I didn't want to leave the area again. I got in, and then I just kept going to college and kept going to auditions.
Incredible. What was there a show that you saw for the first time that really made you think, okay, you know what, I think I want to do this professionally?
Yeah, first as a kid, it was probably The Gods Must Be Crazy on old film. And Blazing Saddles. My mom showed me Blazing Saddles. It was the first rated R movie she let me watch. And Cleavon Little, who I just love, it just kind of made me fall in love with it. And then there was Sidney Poitier, who kind of just stole my heart. And then I was like, I want to do this. As far as theater goes, the first show that I saw that really set it off was Lion King. Lion King it still is an experience every time. From the first note, I'm like bawling. No, I'm like, just the sheer pageantry of it, the collaboration that you can tell went into it. Just everybody's doing their job in ways that complements the others. I said, oh, this is different. This is different. You don't get this in real life.
Absolutely. Well, your resume is just so robust in doing things in both TV and theater. Right now, we can find Chicago Med and Shining Girls and
Oh
just
boy,
so many
yeah.
on all the things. What makes you continue to go back to the stage versus just sticking with TV or film?
I think it is the most purest form of collaboration. I think it's the most honest form of storytelling. And it's so pure, right? You get up there every night and anything can happen. And I think it takes a level of vulnerability and a willingness both on the part of the actors and on the audience to just let things happen. I think honesty thrives in the theater. And I think there's shortage of it today. And if we can just go to that place for, for an hour and a half, 2, 3 hours, and just get our fill of honesty, I think we'll be all right. And that's what just keeps me there. Then being a Chicago actor, the community, the community keeps you in it. I think, I'd be lying to say if I didn't wake up every other day and say, I don't know. I don't know if I want to still do this. But the Chicago community is so supportive. And no matter where we go, like some of us are in New York and some of us are in LA, but our community is so supportive, and we push each other, and we stay on each other to audition one more time, to go to work the next day, to do what you need to do. And I think that's what makes it different. But that community, that community we hold ourselves up. We hold ourselves accountable. Yeah, and they're necessary.
Would you consider that the reason why that you continue to do Chicago theater here in Chicago versus moving to New York? Because Chicago audiences will probably recognize you from being at Timeline Theater, Victory Gardens, Goodman, Court Theater. You are here in Chicago. What
Yeah.
is what keeps you here? Is the community?
It's the community. I think Chicago actors are the best in the world at what we do. I'll say it again. I think Chicago actors are the best in the world. I think we have a large city. We also get to experiment more. We get to fail more. And having a platform to fail is necessary as an artist. And I'm not sure you can do that in too many places without a critic or anybody. Social media gets everything out there so fast now. But you can take risks here and you can grow. So many places do not allow the opportunity for people just to grow as artists and to make mistakes and do a bad show or write a bad play, because we're still working. It's so strange with artists because we're expected to be great immediately in a subjective field. And I think that's unfair, but I think in Chicago, you can work. You can work and you can grow and you can push and you can do the thing, as they say, and just get better. And I love that about this city. I do. I love it about the city.
And now you are on the road. You are with A Soldier's Play. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey to the show and why you said yes to this production?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so my agent sent me an audition and said, "Hey, do you want to fly to New York to audition for this?" And I saw Kenny Leon, so you don't say no to Kenny Leon. And I had recently seen that Norm Lewis was attached, and you don't say Norm. You don't know what you're gonna work with Norm Lewis. What? And then I saw that Eugene Lee, the legend, the icon, came on. And once I saw that, I said, I'm absolutely going to go audition. And they waited a while. They made me wait. I just want to be clear. They made me wait for a while. And before telling me what I needed to do. And when I saw it, I said, okay, you want me to cover how many characters? All right, sure. And then I said yes, because I don't know. This is sort of it's an important play. I think it's part of the American canon. And I don't know if we'll get an opportunity to do something like this again. We've got Norm, we've got Eugene, who was in the original production. You don't get that opportunity, especially as Black artists. Their scarcity is a thing. And when you get that opportunity, it's hard to turn that down.
Absolutely. You are a swing in the show. Tell us, how many tracks do you cover?
I cover 4. Yeah, so Henson, Ellis, Cobb, Wilkie. And they're all fun. They're all fun. So I know the whole play now. I could, if it had to be a one-man show, I could do it if I needed to.
That's incredible. Do you have any advice for fellow actors who are early on in their careers and they're starting off as a swing and you have to remember all these tracks? What piece of advice would you give to someone?
Yeah, don't be scared to bring yourself to it. Don't feel like you have to mirror anybody else on stage. I think one of the best things about Kenny is Kenny allowed for us to bring us to every role for honesty's sake, right? You don't, at that point, you're playing a person, and at some point it's just diluted to the point where it's uninteresting to watch. Be brave enough to just do your performance. As a swing, you're a swing for you're doing that part for a reason. They chose you for a reason. They trust you. They trust your artistic ability. As long as you maintain the artistic integrity of the show, just do your thing. And I think you'll be all right.
Absolutely. This I got the chance to see the show last night. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, they're great.
Um, it's a bit of a heartbreaking story, but it's a murder mystery. It's a bit of a thriller. It's really fantastic. What do
Yeah.
you, or let's start off with this. What do you want folks to go into the theater thinking about before the show even begins?
Before it begins, whew, you know, I've met so many people who have never seen the original show or the movie or the soldier story that it was based on. Just be open. Just be open. And I think when we see a soldier story, we come in with these expectations or these ideas about what it means, what patriotism means to me. We all hold on to our values about what it means to be XYZ, what it means to be an American, what it means to be a soldier. Um, yeah, so enter with an open mind, um, and be ready to interrogate what you think you know.
Mhm. What are some things that have helped you shape the characters that you're portraying? I mean, the show takes place in the 40s during a war, a lot of segregation and racism, um, like forming the characters that you've been portraying.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, right? It feels like it was, but it wasn't that long ago. Um, and the climate now makes these characters more relatable than ever. We don't have to go that far back to be in touch with them if we need to go anywhere at all. Um, yeah, it's not that much of a reach, and that's an indictment on what we've done as an entire American society. Uh, yeah, we are not doing great right now, um, and these characters shouldn't be as accessible.
Absolutely. What would you tell folks who are maybe on the fence about, okay, I think I might see a soldier's play. I'm not entirely sure. What would you say to them to push them over the edge?
First of all, what do you mean? What are you on the fence about? No, one, it's a great story. Two, it's a drama, but it's still fun. Everywhere we go, people are still on the edge of their seats, because on the surface, it sort of feels like a nice Law and Order episode. Who done it? Let's get to the bottom of it. And fortunately, because Charles Fuller was brilliant, um, it's a complex story. It's a conversation piece. If you want theater that you're gonna have a conversation about at intermission, not even at the end of it, if you want to have go to a show that you're gonna have a conversation about as you get popcorn at intermission, you need to see the show. That's what it's for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. To round us out, um, what do you hope folks walk away with after seeing this production?
What I want to walk away with, I want people to walk away interrogating how they've contributed to really white supremacy. Um, what role do you play? Who are you on the stage, and does that help society move forward? Eugene says, who plays Sergeant Waters, says that this play sets out to assassinate hate because you can't hate what you actually understand, and to understand it, you have to investigate it, and we all have to interrogate ourselves and do these self-examinations and see where we landed and and how we're playing the villain in somebody's story.
Absolutely. Well, Al'Jaleel, thank you so much for sharing your time and talent with us.
Absolutely.
For all those who are watching, come out, come see A Soldier's Play. It's here at the theater
Absolutely.
until April 16th only. It's a murder mystery. It's a thriller, and it'll really have you think. it really is such a brilliant production. So come out and see this wonderful company before the show leaves. All the ticketing information at broadwayinchicago.com. We hope to see you at the theater soon. Again, Al'Jaleel, thank you so much for
Thank you.
so awesome.
Thank you.
So much. Have a great rest of your time in Chicago. And
Of course.
all those who are tuning in, thank you so much and have a great rest of your Wednesday.
All right. Bye. Thank you.